What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. TammyTalks here. The Ultimatum, Queer Love. This is episode 6, The Changeover. All right. So as always, I thank everybody. Appreciate all the support, all the subscribes, the likes, the comments, all that good stuff. Let's keep the party going with this episode. So this was a dark, a heavy episode. My God, like sheesh. Okay, I got a lot of notes. I'm not gonna make this a long video. Let's get through it. So we're back to. It's time to switch over. All right. So we're going back with our original partners. So they're going around the table and they're asking each couple how they felt about the experience with their trial marriage. Which I really wish it wasn't called a trial marriage. It's a trial relationship. It's not a trial marriage. Um, I don't know why they're calling it trial marriages. Nonetheless, so we start with Tiff and Sam. So Tiff said that they came into this with anger issues. Yeah, we saw the situation with the dog, but they have reflected on that with Sam, and they are now able to speak up and set um I'm sorry, but they reflected it onto Sam and now knows that they might need to take a step back when they get in that mode. Sam, on the other hand, now feels that she's able to speak up and set boundaries. So Tiff and Sam use this process to basically become better for their partners, which is what it's supposed to be for. So I think Tiff and Sam used the process as designed, okay? Aside from whether or not Tiff is ready for marriage, we'll find that out. So then we get to Aussie and Mildred. So they both ask, who's going to go first? You want to go first? I'll go first. So Aussie said that it started off well and that the last week she pulled out because Mildred was intense, passive aggressive, and she did not feel safe. Hold that thought. But you were never in danger there, okay? Now, if you're referring to safe as in a safe space to talk, that's one thing. But Aussie phrased that as if she did not feel safe, and that's why she, ran and packed up all her shit quickly. So Mildred feels that she was robbed of the experience, and she was. Mildred feels that she was robbed of the experience, and she said that she was gentle, that's debatable, with Aussie, and she is always going to want to talk because it's a partnership, and she didn't get a chance to voice what she was going through. Aussie is shaking her head, no, that's not true. So so Mildred is like, I'm sure we both have a lot of things we want to say to each other. Aussie said there's nothing more to say. Mildred feels that she has never met a person who cannot communicate to the level that Aussie cannot. Aussie said that she never shut her out. That is a lie. And Aussie knows that's a lie. So she just said that she wasn't ready to talk. So then Tiff asks, why did you run out on the marriage? Because that is going to set the tone for what you're going to do in your own marriage. So Aussie starts crying and said that she had to put herself first, but she knows that she needs to work on her communication. So here's the thing. Aussie, you know that you have terrible communication, right? You know that. And there's something to be said, yes. So there was somebody that left a comment and said that when somebody is very avoidant like that, you can't force them to talk. That's true. That's 1,000% true. But you know what you can do? You can hold that person accountable. And whether Mildred went about it the wrong way or not, Mildred was doing something that Sam never did, which was hold Aussie accountable. Mildred was holding her accountable. We're going to have this conversation. I want to talk about this conversation. And I still stand by that last conversation. Mildred was not rude to her. Aussie just doesn't want to have to deal with anything because Aussie doesn't want to get married. Aussie knows she doesn't want to get married. We heard Aussie say she doesn't want to get married. So then Vanessa said that for her and Ray, it was easy for them. She said that Ray isn't her personality type or her type physicality wise, but she said that she's a wild card for her. So really, Vanessa was there biding her time, which we all know. Ray said that she is trying to get better at making decisions for herself. And she realized that she's selfish, and there are a number of ways that she can show up and be better for her partner and better for herself. She said that Vanessa makes her feel like herself. Vanessa allows her to be herself. Vanessa is now wondering, when they were. Oh, Ray then realized that she has never been the initiator in her relationship. She's wondering, why haven't I bought us both lingerie? Why don't I initiate more things? So Ray really learned a lot about herself in this process. Vanessa realizes that she is somebody that does deserve unconditional love. She has never quite felt that she has. Now, I'm gonna give Vanessa the benefit of the doubt. Um, in this moment, I think that Vanessa has learned some things about herself, right? So I'm willing to give Vanessa the benefit of the doubt when it comes to this particular scene. But some of the other scenes later in the episode, I don't know. So Vanessa wants to know, how does she get that spark back? Does she need to, go out, have one night of like fun with somebody else, and then, every 3 to 4 months, and then 3 to 4 years, and then get back into her relationship? I, I don't think that's the way. I don't think that's fair to your partner to say, every 3 to 4 years, I'm going to go out and sleep with somebody else so that I can get that thrill, and then I'll come back whole and ready for you. Unless that's something you and your partner, have made an agreement on, and your partner is out doing the same. So Xander asks, why did they sleep together if they didn't think that it was going to happen? Why didn't they think they were going to sleep together? Vanessa was like, well, we both agreed that we wouldn't get physical with anyone. I said, Xander, did y'all have that agreement? Because Xander is just like, Xander looks shook because Xander is like low-key scared that Yoli is going to drop the ball and say that, drop the bomb, I should say, not the ball, but the bomb, and say that they did. So Vanessa then apologizes to everybody. Wait. Oh, Vanessa apologizes to Xander and said, I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance to tell you that I did sleep with Ray. I'm sorry that I had to come from somebody else, Yoli, because it wasn't your business to tell. So Vanessa apologizes for that. Lexi said that it's not necessarily the fact that Ray slept with somebody, it's the fact that it is with Vanessa. I'm gonna tell you this, Lexi. You coming across real controlling. You're coming across very condescending. You're coming across as if you like. Is Lexi the real villain? Nah, it's Yoli. It's really Yoli. But like, I feel like we were on your side, Lexi. We were rooting for you. But at this point, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. So you're not mad at the fact that she slept with somebody. You're mad that she slept with Vanessa. Wouldn't you rather that she slept with somebody basically just to get off, as opposed to her falling into another relationship, situationship, falling in love with somebody else, and them making love, as opposed to the sex that her and Ray had? Because you really could be in a situation where your girl was Yoli and she is now in love with this person. That's what I don't get about Lex. Like, it's like she is like she wants to embarrass Ray. You want to embarrass her and beat her down, and I'm going to read the fuck out of you later. Just hang tight. So Vanessa wrote something down on a piece of paper, and she wants to apologize for making people feel the way when it came to her own views of marriage. She feels that was not fair. She didn't want to make anybody uncomfortable. She apologizes, and everybody is just like, okay. And then here comes old big-headed ass Yoli talking about your apology is performative. Yoli, I'm gonna need you to fall all the way the fuck back. I am tired of Yoli. Hell, Yoli and Lexi's ass need to be together because they both fucking annoying. Yoli has been overstepping her bounds. You don't like Vanessa because she did the cheers to my trial marriage in the beginning. Get over it. Vanessa has not done anything to you, Yoli. She has not. So this whole thing where you are just so like willing to like be confrontational with her, it's really a bad look for you, sis. Your slip is hanging. If we want to be real about it. So Ma and so then Xander was like, no, like let's leave some space in our heart for growth and whatever the case. And you can see Yoli gets mad about that because you are never gonna be able to trash Vanessa the way that you want in front of Xander. I need you to understand it and understand it now. She's never gonna let that happen. Ever. Never. It's never gonna happen. Or they are never gonna let that happen. So we get Marl and Lexi. Mar said that Mar said that they didn't want to consummate another relationship, so it didn't cause any confusion. But she thinks that her and Lexi could be good together. Lexi said that Mar was perfect and that they were the best person to navigate through this with. Yoli, her big-headed ass again, is being a hater, and it's like, oh, I never got that from Mal. I never got that from her. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you. You're doing a lot of bumping of the gums right now for shit that don't involve you. Wait till it's your turn. So then Xander said everything that they felt with Yoli was stable and just right. It was natural. It was easy. Xander said that they now realize that stability is top tier for them right now. They want the stability that if we get together and we get married and we have kids, if I lose my job or something happens, I know that we have a plan. We have action steps in place that we can take, that we're not going to be out homeless. She didn't have that with Vanessa. She said that Xander said that they and Yoli have fun. They laugh all the time, but that stability is also the foundation for them. Yoli agrees that she needs other foundational things to come before she can relax and have fun. Now, this is the second time that she has mentioned the house being nasty. Mal, are you not cleaning up at that house? Are you not picking up after yourself? Or is Yoli putting 20 on 10? But I don't want to hear about nobody being nasty again. Mal is 36 years old. Are you keeping that house nasty? So Yoli is saying how she can't relax when the house is a mess and the laundry is not done. So Mal, she needs you to do the laundry, do your housework first, and then you can chill and you can relax. So Vanessa asks if Xander and Yoli were physically involved. Before that, Mal wants to know if Yoli is even happy to come back with her and be with her for another 3 weeks. And Yoli gives a very weird, like half-assed kind of yes, but you can tell that she's not. She wants to stay with Xander. So Vanessa asks if Xander and Yoli were physically involved. Yoli would say, well, it's really none of your business. No, it is. It is. It became her business when you decide to tell her business to Xander. That's when it became her business, Yoli. So Yoli didn't want to answer. Vanessa then goes on and on about how she wants marriage with Xander and asks if Xander had the choice to live with Yoli for 3 more weeks or to live with her, would you? And Xander is like, we need to talk about this in private. No, let's talk about it in public. Let's talk about it in public because, like, I was on Vanessa's side. You can let me know now because I don't want to go into this thing and think that you want to be here, but you don't. Don't play me like the fool. So I was on Vanessa's side with that. I really was. So Vanessa says she's heartbroken. And then she said that Ray gave her advice to go after what she wants, and that's you, Xander. I said, okay, stake your claim. So then Xander is like, I do want to live with you. I said, ooh, this is messy boots, y'all. Messy boots. I hope I didn't mess up anybody's pronoun. In that, if I did, I apologize. Okay, please, y'all, don't I told y'all, it is hard to keep them all straight when you're having these conversations and you're trying to recant a conversation. So then we have Lexi and Ray. So we're back at the house. Right away, Lex comes in saying how she doesn't like or trust her right now, or she doesn't like Vanessa. She doesn't trust Vanessa. She's not comfortable getting in bed with her. Ray was like, fuck it, I sleep better on the couch anyways. Lexi, I'm going to tell you now, you are going to push away Ray. You played with your relationship by coming onto this show. You played with your relationship by giving this woman an ultimatum. You did this. She went out and she fucked somebody else. They have both said it didn't mean anything to them. Technically, y'all are broken up. Y'all are on a break. Get the fuck over it or move on from her. But no, don't keep beating her over the head about this shit. It's stupid at this point. So then we pan over to Xander and Vanessa's apartment. Vanessa tells Xander that, she loves them right away. Xander don't say it back. They have a long hug. Xander does not say it back. Vanessa said that she was trying to grow to the point of wanting marriage with Xander. That was her point of being in the process. Xander said that Vanessa never wanted kids with him. So, what has changed now? Vanessa said, I do now. I do. Do I believe Vanessa? I do not. I don't. Because just a couple episodes ago, episode 3, maybe 4, Vanessa was saying how she still doesn't think marriage is for her. She still doesn't want stability. She doesn't think that that is for her. This is Vanessa's way of not wanting Xander to pull away because Vanessa did not think that Xander would come in and find somebody. She told Lexi that. So the fact that Vanessa now sees that Xander has fallen for somebody, that they had this great connection with Yoli, Vanessa shook. Vanessa shook, y'all. So Vanessa wants to know. Oh, can y'all hear my stomach growling? I'm hungry. Hold on. Vanessa wants to know what physical level they reach. Xander was like, well, we did have sex. Vanessa said, was it with mouths? What was going on? What did we do? How many times was it? Xander doesn't understand why Vanessa would want to know. No, it's a fair question to ask. I think it's a very fair assumption. There's nothing wrong with Vanessa in the privacy of y'all apartment right now, having a conversation. Y'all are now considered back together. She's well within her rights to want to know. Xander says that they did have sex multiple times. Vanessa then sits on Xander's lap and asks if Xander loves Yoli. Xander says she doesn't know. What are you lying for, Xander? What are you lying for? You just told Yoli that you loved her literally the day before. And this is what aggravates me about Xander. This is what aggravates me about Yoli. Y'all are playing in Mal and Vanessa's faces for absolutely no reason. Be real about the shit. Y'all issued the ultimatums, right? So be real about it. If you are now in love with Yoli, tell Vanessa I fell in love with Yoli because she was offering me things that you couldn't. It's confusing for me. It's hard for me right now. But don't sit up here and lie because you don't want to hurt Vanessa's feelings. And I think that is Xander's problem anyways, that like I've said before, they're too accommodating, they're too agreeable. Xander's not being real about what Xander wants. And the moment that you stop doing that, that's what's making everything it's like she's trying Xander, it's like they're trying to cover a lie with a lie, cover a lie with a lie, all under the vein, all under the umbrella of I'm just trying to not hurt Vanessa's feelings. I'm sorry if y'all hear my stomach growling. It's lunch. I'm recording this on my lunch. I am starving. Okay. So then we go over to Mal and Yoli's apartment. Yoli is crying. Off rip, crying because she don't want to be there. And Mal was like, what are you crying for? Yoli is like, it's weird. I was just in a whole nother relationship with somebody else. I was just, coming home to somebody else for the past 3 weeks. Things were different. So Mal, who is very emotionally mature, is like, okay, so you're mourning that relationship. That's okay. That's fine. That's understandable. You're human. Yoli then tells Mal that she fell in love with Xander, and the hurt that was all over Mal's face. I said, ooh, child. So Mal is big hurt, but it's like, I still love you. Yoli tells Mal that, we had sex together. Mal is hurt by that. So, because, Mal went into this not wanting to get physical, so she didn't. So Mal said that she was planning to talk to Lexi's dad about rings, and she has always wanted to marry her. She's been just kind of, dragging her feet about it because she thought things had to be a certain way. And I kind of feel like Mal and Yoli's issue isn't that Yoli just wants to be married right away. Because if Mal has said that she has wanted to marry her and they've talked about marriage, it's not that Mal was completely against marriage. Why are they on here? Is it just because it's not going at the speed that Yoli wants? Because I feel like a conversation maybe more about finances or going to like couples therapy could have avoided y'all coming here and Yoli falling in love with somebody else. So Mal said that this was a fear that she had, or excuse me, Mal is she, they, right? She, her, they, yes. I'm trying to remember the chart that I Googled for the cast. So Mal feels that this is a fear that they had coming into this, is that, Yoli was going to fall for somebody else. And they said that, be clear, be very clear. You are it for me. That's it, that's all. Like, you are it for me. Yoli does not see herself without Mal, but she does see a future with Xander. Mal said, we will figure it out. They go to bed. Mess. Mess, 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 mess. Aussie and Sam. Sam and Aussie are talking. And Sam told Aussie that that Aussie and Mildred both were just trying to prove themselves in that situation. Acknowledges that Austin, you got your ass handed to you. But was it really getting chewed out, or was it really somebody just telling you and putting what you're doing in front of you, laying it out? And it's like Aussie just cannot handle when somebody tells them about themselves. So wants to know if Aussie can at least admit that things could have been handled differently. I feel like whenever Aussie does that, sure, absolutely, yeah, you're lying because you don't care. Aussie thinks that the way that they have handled things has been great. Everything is the sun does not rise and set on your ass, Aussie. And you gonna find that out the hard way. Mildred and Tiff, right to sex. No talking. They not reflecting on what happened or nothing. Right to necking. Right to necking. So we then have Marlon, Lexi and Ray are on the beach date. So they're on this beach date. I'm so sick of Lexi. I'm so sick of Lexi. I'm so sick of Lexi. I'm so fucking sick of Lexi. So they're on this beach date, and the entire time she is shitting on Ray, going in and going in and going in. Ray is all but crying out to her, talking about how she, emotions are hard. What is that? About how emotions are hard for her, and she is drowning because she's trying to figure out who is she, what does she want, are the emotions she's feeling real? Are they just people telling her what she should be feeling? Ray apologizes that she hurt her. Lexi now feels that the last 3 years of their relationship was a joke. Lexi feels, I brought you on here for you to realize that it's me that you want. I said, girl, no. Quit playing with your relationships for television. Stop it. Yes, Lexi has a right to feel hurt. Absolutely. I'm not taking that away from her. But this is also a repercussion of you deciding that I'm going to take my girlfriend onto a TV show where she is going to live with another person and connect with that other person to pick between them or me. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Because let's be clear, let's be very, very clear about this. Lexi is getting on Vanessa, saying that Vanessa came in here and didn't think she had anything to lose. Lexi, you didn't either. Lexi, you didn't either. The only difference is Vanessa was very brazen about hers. Vanessa put her shit out there. Lexi, you came in under the same pretense. You didn't think that Ray was going to go and find somebody else. You didn't think that Ray was going to hook up with anybody else. You felt very solid in the fact that Ray would come back and all be ready to get married to you. And the fact that she didn't do that, the fact that she went out and got off with somebody that you felt, somebody that you saw yourself in, which is why Lexi is so against Vanessa. Bitch, you are Vanessa. You are. You are Vanessa. But you just conceal yours so that, like, ooh, you had me fooled, Lexi. Lexi had me fooled. I'm not going to apologize to Vanessa. Not going to apologize to Vanessa. But the way that Lexi is behaving is completely ridiculous. Then we get Mal and Yoli. They are once again talking about marriage. Mal. Damn it, shit. I'm so sorry I keep calling Mal Ma. It's the way that it's on screen. Mal is saying that she always wanted marriage, just been dragging her feet. Yoli feels that Mal does not show up consistently. She starts talking about toilet paper. So the fuck did I miss? I really need to know, is Mal not cleaning up around the house? Because if your issue is that this heifer don't clean up around the house, have a conversation about cleaning up around the house. But that really seems like Yoli's only problem. You don't mention laundry. You don't mention picking up around yourself around the house. You don't mention trash. And now you mentioning having toilet paper. So you don't have to use the backup toilet paper. Bye, Yoli. Bye, Yoli. Yoli feels that she can see a home with Mal, but she can also see a home with Xander. Xander and Vanessa. We find out that Xander is still messaging Yoli. Vanessa calls her out about it. I'm with Vanessa. Vanessa said that, you did not contact me when you were with Yoli. I want the same damn respect. Y'all sending selfies and shit, smiling. Let me find out Xander is the real villain of the season. Let me find out Xander the real villain of the season. But basically, Vanessa asks Xander, what do they want from their relationship, from this relationship, the two of them? Xander wants Vanessa in their life, no matter the capacity. Vanessa says that she does see them with marriage. Xander don't believe it. I don't believe it either. Vanessa says, I love you, and basically begs Xander to say it back, and Xander gave him me too. Mildred and Tiff, they are out with Tiff's friend Natasha again. Point blank, Mildred has terrible communication. Mildred thinks that the way that she communicates is great. She's still talking over Tiff. She's still being rude. She's still being aggressive. Natasha tries to give some advice. Mildred was like, your opinion really don't matter. Girl, bye. Shit, bye. She's giving y'all sound advice. Y'all too much y'all break up every single week. There are 52 weeks in a year. Y'all are breaking up 50 times a year if y'all don't go y'all separate ways and leave everybody else the hell alone. Aussie and Sam. Sam is asking Aussie if they are on track to get engaged. Aussie sat up there and lied to Sam's face and said yes. Sam said that it would be a waste for her to have gone through this and get all this growth for them to not be headed towards that direction. Aussie said they are moving in the right direction. Aussie is a liar. Sam then points out that it's good that Aussie is actually sitting here and they're having a conversation because this is something that Mildred brought up. Aussie's triggered as fuck. So Aussie gets testy about it. I don't want to talk about Mildred. That's not what happened. It is what happened. It is what happened. And I hope that by the time the reunion comes, Aussie has sat and watched all these episodes and seen how she has behaved. Is the way that Mildred came at her wrong in the bathroom scene? Yes. But you do get up and walk away and run away, and you do. I think it's past avoidance at this juncture. And if Aussie is that damn triggered by having to have a conversation with somebody, then she needs to be laying on somebody's couch talking to a therapist so we can get to the root of why she can't have conversations that aren't always in her favor. So she's like, my face is hot. So Sam is like, well, let me turn on the air for you. I said, get into it, Sam. Don't back down. Sam said, I learned my growth. I know how to assert myself. I know how to handle stuff. And I'm not going to deal with this bullshit with you no more. So Aussie then is like, I need a moment. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about Mildred. I need a moment. I don't want to talk. She goes in the bathroom. Aussie. Aussie goes into the closet and is in there crying. Now, what I think typically used to happen is that Sam would go chase after Aussie and comfort Aussie and make sure that Aussie is okay. Sam said, I'm not doing that bullshit. Sam said in her confessional, she is not willing to settle anymore. She is going to find someone that is right for her. I suggest you run. The same way that Aussie was packing up they shit last episode, Sam, you do the exact same thing because Aussie is not there. Aussie's not there, and Aussie lied to your face about being ready for marriage the same way that Aussie lied to Mildred's face about being ready for marriage. Point blank, period. Lexi and Ray are out with Lexi's parents. Lexi is sitting over there again, beating Ray over the head about how she can't trust her. And, how do we fit in each other's lives anymore? And I was ready for you. And you're supposed to come back for me. Shut the fuck up. Either forgive this girl and move on either forgive this girl and move forward or move the fuck on. But for you to keep trying to embarrass her and y'all having this conversation about her sleeping with somebody else in front of your parents, bitch, what? What? So Ray is once again saying that I acknowledge what I did. I made the decision. I have to live with it. Lexi then asks her parents, what would you guys do? And I'm like, why are you asking them? So Lexi wants to know if Ray regrets the decision or the fact that she hurt her. Which is it? Do you regret the actual decision or do you regret the fact that you hurt her? Ray said that she cannot keep beating herself up about this. Lexi was like, you don't regret anything. And I don't know if I can let it go. Within don't. But remove yourself from this situation. She feels that Ray has broke her trust. Lexi's father was like, y'all were on a break. And basically Lexi's parents were sick of the bullshit too. Either you are going to move on, forgive and move on from it, or move on from her. I do not want to get to episode 7. And Lexi is still talking about this shit. I tell you that. This episode was so dark. Oh, it was so dark. Vanessa and Xander, so they go on a hot air balloon ride, and Vanessa reads another letter to Xander, basically telling Xander that that Vanessa feels that she can now offer Xander everything that they want, and she wants Xander to be open to this 3-week process that they are together. That includes being all in on us, trusting me, and I need you to stop talking to Yoli. Xander recognizes that they have not been in the correct headspace coming back into this 3 weeks. They are going to try. I think Xander and Xander and Vanessa are going to walk out of here together. And Xander is going to end up regretting it because Vanessa is just a bunch of lip service right now. But let me know what you guys thought about episode 6? Let me know what you guys thought about episode 6 down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in episode 7.